So in today's video, I'm reviewing the 2025.5 Northstar Premium Ranger. It's 1000cc. It's very nice. It has LED lights, electric windows. Engine's in the back, has a 4,500 pound tow winch. Very smooth shifting, smooth riding. I've only driven it once off-road, and that was to get it to this field to take the video. We're going to take a look at all the features of this today, and we're going to go over pretty much everything and figure out if it's true or if it's fake. So sorry about the reflection, but this has an LED light up display, and when I turn it on, everything's gonna come to life. As you can see, the dash goes up to 140 miles per hour right there and 10,000 RPMs. And it has different modes and settings. It's very simple to set the time. It also has a very nice display of the full and empty on gas. As you can see, I have it in park net right now, which shifted up to high. And as you can see, right there, it has the high. So next, we're gonna change from one wheel to two wheel. You can maybe hear the click, I don't know, but it takes a second to change. But this also has rear diff lock. Right here it has different modes. Work mode, obviously the air conditioning, we're going to be giving that a test try. And then the window right here, let's test that out. Cleans the windshield very nicely. Next thing we're going to go over is the windows. And as you can see, the two buttons right here, and they're very simple. This front one is for the driver's side, and this other one is for the passenger side. So you can see this seats three, maybe a small child in the middle. I wouldn't say 3 grown men, but it definitely does seat 3, as you can see. Let's roll up that passenger side window. It's not the fastest, but it's nicer than most. The old one had the ones where you twist it with your hand and they go up and down, and that's very usual for a Ranger if the windows go up and down. This front window has a latch where you can open it, and you can either crack it or you can just throw it all the way open and get you some nice fresh air. Or you could even deer hunt out of the front of it and have your air conditioning going. Might try that out. Or turkey hunt, anything that you really wanted. I'd say this has enough camo on it to safely deer hunt out of it. And it definitely has a very nice addition on that. The hydraulics, they come on that, so you don't have to push. You just unlatch that and let it go. And it is pretty specific, like it's pretty down to the point. So to pull it back down, you don't have to pull very hard at all. It's maybe 5-10 pounds of force to pull it back down, and I do not struggle one bit doing that, and it's very nice. Next thing that we're going to go over is the air conditioning unit. Let's turn it on. That's the first level, second level, third level. It's very, very strong. I like it a lot. We're going to turn it down low and turn that heat up. Leave it on for a second, and I'll come back to you guys when it gets hot. So it's not pretty hot in here, guys. I would say about 75 to 80 degrees. It's definitely warm, and I would say it would definitely keep you cold in the winter, especially with these thick insulated doors and the thicker glass. It's not crazy thick, but it's definitely thicker glass. I'd say this could definitely keep in some good heat, and this would be very nice to ride around in the winter. So we are on the passenger side now. Has a small compartment for whatever you need, maybe some bug spray, napkins, water. And then it has this bigger compartment, and that has your owner's manual, Again, napkins, bug spray, sunscreen. You know, you might be able to fit a small towel in there if you go swimming. Has this compartment, this compartment, this compartment, and that compartment over there. And also you have your window controls for your side. You don't have the window controls for the other side. You have a nice cup holder in a very nice spot, easy to reach. You have another little holder, and then 2 more cup holders in the middle, and then 2 more cup holders down low. There's very spacious, as you can see. I'll get out and take a look at that. But it goes under 2, so if you need to fit something under the seat, it's very easy to put it there. It's a very nice little addition. As you can see, it actually has them marked out for a 5-gallon bucket or a smaller bucket of the same dimensions on the bottom. So that doesn't slide around. So if you go fishing and need a bucket to hold all your fish in or your bait in, it's perfect size. And that would definitely stay pretty sturdy and ride around really nice. Next thing that we're going to come back to is the bed and the engine bay. So we are going to take a look at this right here. Very nicely done. The only thing that I would say that I would love are some hydraulic pieces right here and right here to lower it down slow, but I'm sure I could find that on Amazon or eBay or something like that, something along those lines. Probably $25, $30. All you need is one side to lower it down, but it's very smooth. There's some latches. There's 1, 2, 3, and 4 for all 4 sides. And if you need to hold something down like a propane tank, it'd be perfect. Or if you're hauling around lumber or chopped wood, that would also be perfect, just to make sure it doesn't fall off. As you can see right here, the maximum capacity is 1,000 pounds, which is very nice. And for me, this little area, I don't think you're ever going to be able to fill more than 1,000 pounds unless it's in water. So you'll never have to worry about overfilling it because of how big the area is and how much the weight is. It's just, you're never going to overfill 1,000 pounds, especially if you're hauling around lumber or hay or fishing gear or hunting gear. You're never going to overload that. Now onto the engine bay. I'd say one of the most surprised things I was about this is the CC. This is 1,000 cc, and I'm sure you could make it more by getting a modified exhaust or an air intake. But this thing can go up to 60 miles per hour because it's a very capable engine. Also has a high and low mode and can go up to 10,000 RPM on the dash. As you can see, it has this very large muffler to muffle the exhaust sound. And it is still quite loud, but the engine also makes a whole lot of power, and it might be the engine making the sound, not necessarily the muffler. You can hear little pops and sputs and spurts, but there's 2 reasons for that. One, the giant motor, obviously, 1,000 cc, and also this is brand new. It barely has any miles on it, just driven around in the lot. So that could be another reason the engine's still getting broken. And obviously you can see those 2 massive springs. The suspension is very, very nice. And under this, you can't see it, is that rear diff that can lock and unlock for 1-wheel, 2-wheel, and 4-wheel drive. One of the main things that I like about this is not the massive metal bumper to protect you from all collisions, but the tow winch hidden behind it. It's a very nice tow winch. It can tow 4,500 pounds, which could easily pull 2 of these Rangers out of a hole. Yes, this one Ranger could pull 2 out as long as it is anchored well and not in a spot to slide. As you can see, it's very nice caliper brakes, or disc brakes, sorry. The treads on the tires are very large, as long as the tires themselves are very large. The rims look very nice from the outside, along with that big disc that you can see. Lots of stopping force, obviously. Also has the little holes in it for extra cooling, obviously, because this thing goes up to 60 miles per hour without any modifications. Now I'm gonna pop the hood on this and show you guys what's under it. Under here, you have your air conditioning intake, your windshield liquid, and a couple more things. All the electronics, you can see the radiator and some radiator fluid in the front. A little bit more electronics under here and under here. Everything's plugged in. Looks very nice, very compact, and I'd say it couldn't get much better than this. They made a very, very nice little spoil compartment. Next thing we're gonna go do is test out this little winch, and I'm gonna pull, I think maybe a four-wheeler out of a hole, and I might find like a tree or something to attach it to, obviously a dead tree, and see how it works on that as well. Pulls for the winch are right in here, along with the headlights, but we are gonna flip that out, and it's gonna come out, and we are gonna go tow the four-wheeler, which happens to be stuck in the middle of a dry field. I'm gonna use the remote on this, which was in the glove box, so I'm gonna use the remote to pull this in. As you can see, it rolls a little bit slow, but overall, it still rolls pretty good. And I just had this attached to the top bumper, and it wasn't neutral, but it would be in a real life situation too. But we're gonna go attach this to a small tree or log on the ground and see if it can pull that. We have the winch right there, and then it's attached to a tree right here. I'd say it's about 30 feet out, and this is about 1,500-pound tree, probably. And it's also caught up over here in some brush and another tree. We're gonna pull this and see how well it pulls. So I got the remote right here. We're pretty far away from the Ranger, about 15 feet. And we're gonna hit that end button. It's gonna start pulling it. So to view the battery compartment, all you have to do is flip this little seat up right here, and there's gonna be a cover, and you're gonna pull that out, and that's your battery. That's the cover right there. And then also this seat can move forward and backward with that little lever right there. You push it out like that, and it will move the seat forward and backwards.